Hey, hi guys. I hope this dbget playlist would be an exciting journey for you all. This is a very necessary utility, especially uh, all the physical design engineers who are using Cadence Innovus as a PNR implementation tool. So yeah, so this very website that you're seeing on screen belongs to Abhyasa. It's an official website, and we have the blog spots here, uh, you know, and we have some exciting contents related to PNR. So you can explore at abhyasa.org.in. So as a part of blogs, we have developed a Fusion compiler to Innovus command mapping along with the requirement. So now currently we'll just look into the dbget since the playlist theme is dbget, where many people will get confused in this dbget implementation, which is very powerful to query the design commands. And we're gonna go. There are almost 90 plus, 80 to 90 in between dbget commands that we have here. So let's explore one on one on a post out design that we have. So we have our Innovus tool, and let's start off. So so to get all the attributes of a selected object. So what is an object? Anything can be called an object in a design. It may be a net, it may be an instance, or it may be a macro, or it may be a port. Everything is an object in a design. So let's first check the design, what it is. So guys, don't worry because we are not going to take long sessions. We're going to split each session into small chunks, and yeah, so you will be able to find it easy to go through the playlist. So this is a particular design we have, and yeah, let me turn off the layers. So now you can see everything in a very neat fashion because I turned off the layers. And so let us quickly start off. To start with, the considering a standard cell as an object will be very efficient, and it is sufficient. So so let us select this particular object by just clicking on it. And and if we click on an object and select it, and then we click Q, then we'll get the attribute of it. So I just don't want to do things manually. I just want to take you through the things by commands. So here, this is a standard cell, and this is the instance name. I just want to copy it. So I'll just double click on it and click copy. And I want to select via commands and then show you what all we can do on a selected object using dbget commands. So how do I select an instance? We have select inst command, and I just copy it, right? So we'll paste it over here. Now if I click enter, so this is selected. However, it is previously selected manually. So I would just like to deselect it and aparo and select it again. So now if I click win, you can see it is selected. And now let's try to apply whatever we can on this. So I just want to take the bit left. Yeah, I hope this is perfectly visible. Fine. So in the right side, we are looking at this. Okay. So it says get all attributes of the selected object. So how to get all attributes of a selected object? You just need to try dbget selected dot question mark question mark. So this would give you all the attributes of the selected objects. That is as good as going to the GUI, clicking on Q. So if you want to scriptify this, you can simply redirect it to a file. This is the command to redirect, and you'll give the file name that you'll give the inst attribute dot some rpt. And your command, it can be a tickle command or it can be a tool dbget command. You can just give it here. So if you need to put the command in the curly braces. So this would redirect the command output to a file. So I just give this, and I'll do ls-rth. So I have inst attr.rpt. So this is my latest updated file. Of course, I have the logs below it. The Innovus log will get updated the latest of the latest. So that's why it's below it. Of course, that's not a part and parcel of the tension here that we need to take. And so let's focus on what is it in the file. Yeah. So this is what the output that we just saw previously on the terminal, and now you can see it in the file. So now you have, so now we learn two commands. That is one, how to get all the attributes of a particular, of a selected instance, and then of a selected object. It can be anything, and then how to redirect any command, into a file inside the tool. So this redirect command only works inside the tool. So next, if you could see in the right, you have, now it is a bit highlighted, right, when I'm hovering on it. So now you can see the clear distinction of that helps you what I'm actually telling you about. So now if you press tab key after the dot, it will display all the possible options you can try. So basically, oh sorry, what happened? Yeah. So basically, I'll do Control L, which clears my screen. Now, since it is already selected, I have done nothing on it. It's still selected. So if I get dbget, if I give dbget selected dot and if I press tab, so so the tool knows what type of object I selected. Hence, it has given all the possible switches that I can apply on an instance, basically. So since the selected object is an instance, so these are all the queryable switches that I can do on an instance. So it has given that. Okay. So we have area, we have box area, LLX, LLY. It's it is basically the lower left x and y coordinates, LLX, LLY, and URX, URY will be the upper right and upper right x and y coordinates of the instance, because instance is a rectangle. Most probably, not most probably, for sure, every object in the design is rectangle except ports. Ports are quite in the shape of a triangle, but they are not physical. They are logical. Of course, the ports will be tapped to the terminals. The terminals are again rectangles. So yeah, that's just an intermediary information I just wanted to give you in the flow. But yeah, if you click on the dot, you'll get all the options, and you don't need to worry to remember them, because you always have the tab key in the left of your keyboard. So let's get to the next. Get the name of the selected object. Yeah, you can get the name of selected object, whether it's anything, instance, port, or net, anything. So currently we have instance. dbget selected dot. You can give name tab. So tab will complete your command. Okay, you don't need to type the full command. So this is the name of the instance that if you remember, we just copied that, and yeah. Let's get to the next one, that is get the cell name of a selected instance. So what is the cell name? So instance name is a unique name that we can identify an object uniquely in a design. The cell name refers to the library cell that to which the instance is mapped to. So how do we get that? So if we select an instance, then we'll be able to get the cell name of it for sure. So how do we get that? Cell dot. Here in the dbget, cell refers to the reference library cell. Okay, and instance reference refers to the instance. In the so it while you use get commands, right? In the get commands, you need to use get cells that will give you instance, but get lib cells will give you the library cell of an instance. So that is a different story again. So now if I click enter, so this is basically you know the cell name to which the instance is mapped. Let's get to the next command. So I hope guys you're focusing on these commands. Yeah, let me slightly increase size of it. Okay. So now let's get to the next task. So get the cell name of a cell equivalency that we just got and get all the pins connected to the cell. So how do we get? We get dbget selected. It's an instance. So how do we get the pins? So we have something called inst terms dot name. So I have selected an instance. So terms in the sense it would refer to pins when we talk about something inside the design. And the top dot terms will refer to ports. We'll be discussing that in the later commands, right? So selected inst terms in the sense the terms that belongs to that particular instance. So the terms which belong to particular instance in the sense the instance pins basically. So now we by executing this command, we would get the pin names of this particular instance. So these are all the pin names of this particular instance. So it seems to be a flip-flop, basically. So we are able to see the CP pin, the D pin, the Q pin, the CDN pin, right? CP pin is a clock pin, D pin is a data input, Q is the clock output, and the CDN is clock enable, most probably. So yeah, we got the pins of the instance, and then so we have something, get the database unit. Let me check what it is. So we get into the website, and yeah. So dbget head.db units. So guys, if I don't want to make this a type of 3D session. Okay. So while executing the commands itself, I'll be explaining you if there is any 3D that is left behind to tell you. So basically, dbget is broadly classified into three different things. That is, yeah, basically three different things. That is head, top, and selected. Okay. So head will refer to the library or the design environment to which all the inputs to the design is fed. Okay. So in the design, it is not necessary. Design is a subset of the input environment that is set. Like for an example, it need not be the case that the design uses all the types of the library, all the library cells which are there in the input.lib files. Okay. There may be, some of the cells might be set to don't use, where we are forcefully restricting the design to pick some cell from the library and then, use it in the design. And some library cells will automatically ignored by the design and it will not be picked. So basically the tool is intelligent enough to pick those library cells which are actually important, in that particular scenario for the design. So so yeah so hence head is the superset, top is a subset, which is actually your design, and head is the input environment which is set for your design, and then selected is what on top of what you actually work, that you selected. Okay. So you have selected something and you want to work on, you want to query something on that particular selected one. So dbget commands, swings between these three categories. Yeah. So now the units is something that refers to the input side, the input environment side, where the units also will be defined in the library and the left, and in the dot lib and the dot left. So yeah. So to know what type of units are you're using, you can just give db get, since it is an attribute of head dot db. So this gives you the scale basically. So what's the scale of your design? Here it is 2000. Okay. So yeah, next there's something called to get the manufacturing grid of it. So let us try this. db get head dot manufacturing grid, in the sense the smallest rectangle that can ever be designed or that can ever be manufactured in the during fabrication. So that is called manufacturing grid. The 0.05 is the smallest rectangle, with the width of 0.05. So it is the smallest that can ever be fabricated in this particular technology. And then we have something cool. So these commands now that we are going through is db head related. Previously, we have seen the db selected one part of thing, and next we are going to see the most complicated db get top. Top is complicated. Yeah. So to get the layer names, the stack, metal stack, to get the names of the metals which belongs to the metal stack, you can just do db get head dot layers dot name. These are the layers along with your base layers. All these layers have their own definitions in the tech lib. technology left. You can actually go into and look into. And here, until my knowledge, till N9 they are the metal layers. AP layer is the top RDL layer, and vias they are all vias. In tech left, we'll also have via definition, right? So, and the next we have all the base layers information. So yeah, to get all routing layer names. So how do you get all routing layer names? So it is something like you need to, so you have all types of layers and you want the layers that are actually involved in the routing task. So I assume the layers that will be involved in the routing will be from M1 to via 8. So I assume, I might not be correct, but let's see. dbget head dot layers dot type routing hyphen P1, that will refer to the layers. So P1 will refer to the layers and P2 will refer to the head. So I will just give on top of this dbget control E will take me to the end dot name. So since I have given P1, the outer dbget will process on P1, the position 1 from the last full stop, last dot, that will be layers. So yeah. So the via I didn't consider it as a layer, but yeah, the via actually belongs to the metal layers. It will come M1 to M9 are the supersets of the via. So via obviously belongs to them, and yeah, these are the routing layers, which is clearly visible. Yeah, guys. So I think the video will become too long for you to process. So let us divide into the chunks, and I think this will be the end of this video. And let's meet in the next part of the playlist. Thank you. And yeah, please visit abhyasa.org.in where you'll find interesting blogs. And yeah, thank you, guys.